posse. Welcome back to Outlaw Gaming. Today, we're diving into uncharted realms. Literally, Active Matter is gearing up to redefine the tactical shooter genre with extraction raids, time loops, and physics-warping anarchies. Set to release on September 9th, 2025 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, this is one of the most mind-bending FPS games on the horizon. So load your gear, and let's dive into everything Active Matter has in store. What we know, what we don't, and why it matters. Imagine a game where the battlefield isn't static. It changes with every step, every bullet, and every decision you make. That's the promise of Active Matter, an upcoming tactical shooter blending immersive physics, team-based strategy, and near-future science fiction into one living, breathing sandbox. Today, we're taking a deep dive into everything we know so far: the setting, gameplay mechanics, factions, developer vision, and why Active Matter could be one of the most important shooters of the decade. If you're new here, welcome to Outlaw Gaming, the home of in-depth breakdowns, honest takes, and the games that matter most. Hit that like button if you're ready, and let's get into it. At its core, Active Matter is set in a near-future Earth where the rules of combat are rewritten by advanced nanotech. The Active Matter itself isn't just lore fluff, it's a gameplay system. Imagine terrain, cover, and even weapons morphing and shifting mid-battle as swarms of programmable nanites respond to the chaos around you. This means no two firefights are ever the same. That wall you hid behind in the last round? Gone. That bridge you tried to cross? It might collapse if the enemy triggers it. The developers are building a sandbox where the battlefield is the enemy as much as the other team is. Thematically, it's a war fought not just with bullets, but with control over this nanotech ecosystem. Do you weaponize it, fortify it, or manipulate it for tactical advantage? That's the central question the game asks players every match. So what does it actually play like? Active Matter is being designed as a tactical first-person shooter with strong team play elements. If you're imagining a mix of Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield, and a little Control, you're on the right track. Let's break down the key mechanics. Dynamic cover and terrain. Active Matter tech lets walls form, floors open, and structures reshape mid-combat. Players can deploy tools to trigger nanite reactions, creating instant choke points or ambush zones. Factions and roles. Early previews hinted 2 to 3 playable factions, each with unique philosophies on using Active Matter. One faction might focus on heavy weaponization, while another emphasizes support and defensive structures. This isn't just cosmetic, it changes gameplay strategy. Loadout flexibility. Instead of rigid classes, expect hybrid loadouts that combine firearms with nanite-based gadgets. Want to carry a rifle but also deploy a swarm to cloak your squad? That's possible. Squad strategy. Team coordination isn't optional, it's survival. Lone wolves will struggle because victory requires synchronized nanite manipulation. Picture this: you're defending an objective. The enemy charges in, but instead of spraying bullets, you trigger your nanite node and the entire floor reconfigures, splitting their squad in half. Suddenly, a straight-up firefight turns into a tactical puzzle. That's the magic this game is chasing. Now, who's making this ambitious beast? Active Matter is published by Gaijin Entertainment and developed by Team Matter. Their mission is clear: create large-scale, meaningful worlds where player choice truly matters. In interviews, the team has emphasized 3 pillars. Replayability. Every match should feel unpredictable because of how Active Matter reshakes the environment. Accessibility. Despite complex systems, they want players of all skill levels to find a role. Community-driven growth. Expect ongoing updates with new tools, gadgets, and even Active Matter mutations introduced seasonally. It's worth noting that the studio isn't just chasing another hero shooter or battle royale clone. Their focus is immersion and long-term depth, which could help Active Matter stand out in an oversaturated FPS market. So why should you care about Active Matter when there are already dozens of shooters out there? Because the FPS genre is in desperate need of innovation. Battlefield and Call of Duty dominate the mainstream, but both have struggled to balance scale with freshness. Tactical shooters like Escape from Tarkov and Ready or Not push realism, but they're niche. Valorant and CS:GO thrive on competitive esports, but they don't reinvent environments. Active Matter is taking a swing at something different. Combat that evolves moment to moment. It's not just about reflexes, but adaptability. Can you read the battlefield as it literally transforms around you? This isn't just a gimmick. Think about how many FPS games rely on static maps. Once you memorize them, the advantage goes to veterans. With Active Matter, the playing field can reset every round, giving new players a chance to shine through creativity, not just muscle memory. Of course, with ambition comes risk. The community is buzzing, but there are big questions. Performance. Can modern HD hardware even handle real-time nanite manipulation on large maps without tanking FPS? Balance. If factions have unique active matter philosophies, how do you prevent one from dominating the meta? Longevity. Will the devs support the game long-term, or will it launch strong and then fade, like so many live service titles? Monetization. The dreaded question, will nanite skins and flashy cosmetics creep in, distracting from the core gameplay? Fans are cautiously optimistic. The premise is exciting, but trust needs to be earned. After disasters like Battlefield 2042, no one's ready to give blind faith to big promises. At the end of the day, Active Matter is shaping up to be one of the boldest FPS experiments in years. If the developers can deliver on the promise of dynamic, ever-changing battlefields, it could redefine how we think about competitive shooters. The question is, will it land, or will it collapse under the weight of its own ambition? I want to hear from you. Are you excited for Active Matter, or do you think it's too experimental to succeed? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's start the discussion. This has been Outlaw Gaming, breaking down the games you need to know about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until next time.